What's up, little M's beauty babes? So right now I'm going to be doing an unpopular opinion video about relationships. And I've been wanting to do an unpopular video for a minute. I thought this would be a fun idea, so I asked my Instagram, I think a couple days ago, about their unpopular opinions about relationships. And I got a good amount, but I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm just going to let you guys know. I am pre-filming this video, so when you guys do see this, I am currently sick. I have sore throat, sneezing and other stuff going on. Too much in depth to explain it right now, but just know I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to try my best to, you know, talk for you guys and explain and stuff like that. I don't want to make this video too long because my throat is hurting and I need to rest, but I'm pushing through and I'm grinding for you guys to film right now. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get this started. First unpopular opinion. Let me go to my screenshots. Screenshots. Okay. I don't know if this is really an unpopular opinion, but I'm just going to feature it in here. Trust is everything. Now, I 100% agree with this. I feel like trust is 100% important in a relationship on both ends, on, the man's side or the woman's side, or the woman and woman's side, or the man and man's side. Whatever it is, there's always supposed to be a boundary of trust, a boundary of honesty, a boundary of communication. If there's no trust, there's no relationship, point blank. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, next. Need to compromise on things. I feel like this is like another one. I don't feel like this is a really unpopular opinion, but I wanted to feature this because I feel like compromising in a relationship is super important. Like, if you don't agree, like, obviously, everybody has their different opinions, everybody has their different way of thinking about things, but, there comes to a point in the relationship where you guys both have to compromise to make a decision, make a solution out of something, and as long as you guys are agreeing, trying to figure out a way to agree and not turning it into a big argument, then definitely compromising is a really important in a relationship. So I 100% agree with this. Alright, I like this one. The next one is, you don't need to get married to be fully committed. So I definitely agree with this. You don't have to have a piece of paper, a ring, to be fully committed to somebody. Honestly, marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a special moment for two people that are going to share their lives together. But a piece of paper and a ring really don't matter. Like, as long as you know that person is always going to be by your side, you don't need a material thing to show you that, okay, I need this piece of paper to show that person's going to spend the rest of my life with me, or this ring to show that they love me. You don't need a materialistic thing to show that somebody loves you. And a lot of things with marriage in this generation, a lot of people don't want to get married because they grow up in broken homes or so on and so on, and they just don't believe in marriage because they've seen so many people get divorced or whatever the case is. So I definitely agree with this. You don't have to get married to be fully committed. I definitely agree with that. Alright, next one. Sometimes not living together works out better. This one's a tricky one because I feel like, living together, obviously, you see the person's true self. You see, like, how they are, like, if they're, if they clean up after themselves, if they, once you're behind a door with somebody and you're spending the rest of your life with that person, you really, really, truly find who they really are when you live with them. I've heard this from many people, my older cousins, my sisters. I've heard that so many times. So I feel like, let me think. sometimes not living together works out better. I'm like 50-50 with this because it's like it just depends on the person. Like if you guys are a good companionship and you guys get along really good and obviously every relationship hits obstacles, every relationship has arguments. Like there's not a relationship that does not have arguments, guys. And it's okay to, bump heads. But I feel like I personally would like to live with my boyfriend. We're going on 5 years. We've been together for a good minute, and I feel like, you know, I've seen how he is genuinely to me. So I feel like I think living with your significant other works good either way. Whether like I've been in distance with him for a minute, okay, and we don't live together. We talk every day on the phone. So then when we do truly live together, like when we're together, we do not fight. We do not argue. I'm not saying we have a perfect relationship because nobody has a perfect relationship, but we are a good companion together. We agree, and that's all that matters. So if you have like a good relationship with that person and you are true to each other and you know you just set boundaries, I think it would be okay to live together. So I'm 50-50 with this one. All right. Next, you shouldn't base your commitment around your family and friends' approval. Commitment around family and friends' approval. I definitely think, your family and your friends are always going to have their opinion, but, if they feel like that person's toxic or whatever the case is because of how they view them or like things they've heard, everybody has their opinions and all they're trying to do is look out for you, which I respect. A family member that's looking out for me, I love that. A friend that's looking out for me, I love that. But at the end of the day, family and friends cannot make your decision for you of what you want in your relationship, whether you know whether you want to be with that person or not. So I don't think you need family and friends approval. I definitely think it's respectful, like when you ask, like let's for instance, you ask for your daughter's hand in marriage or whatever the case is. I think that's respectful. I think that's understandable. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't care. As long as my family likes, my significant other, that genuinely makes me happy because I want him to feel comfortable with my family and my friends. So I feel like it's okay to have approval from family and friends, but it's not okay when family and friends try to make your decisions for you, whether like they want you with that person or not. You know what I mean? So I'm 50-50 on that one too. Alright. If you're not happy as an individual, you won't be happy as a couple. I definitely agree with this one because there have been many of my friends that I've seen that threw themselves in a relationship and I knew they genuinely weren't happy with themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like like I said, you have to find yourself and love yourself potentially to be happy in a relationship. So let me think about this one. If you're not happy as an individual, you won't be happy as a couple. You're never going to be fully happy. Let me put it that way. You're never going to be fully happy with yourself as an individual. You're never going to feel 100%. And your relationship's not always going to be 100%. It's always going to be like 80 or 90, whatever the case is. But there's nothing wrong with, if you're not potentially happy with yourself, that person could bring the best out of you, But like I said, don't ever rely on other people to make you happy. Always rely on yourself because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to have you is yourself. Point blank. So that's all I really got to say about that one. Respect each other and respecting each other as a couple is important. I definitely agree with that. Sorry guys, I'm about to sneeze and I'm not trying to hold it back. This is the bad part about being sick, guys. I feel like respect in a relationship, I definitely agree with this. Respecting each other in a relationship is 100% important. If you don't respect each other in a relationship, then it's never gonna work. If you're like abusive verbally, emotionally, physically to them, that's not respecting them. If you consider that respect, then you need to get an evaluation, honey, because and the person that's taking that, abuse, that's not respect either. That's abusing yourself. You're not respecting yourself. Sorry, guys. Um, if you don't respect yourself, you don't respect each other, there shouldn't be a relationship. That's that. Alright, next one. You don't have to agree with everything. I agree with this one because I just said this. You don't have to 100% agree with each other all the time because, everybody has their opinions. Even as a couple, you have two separate opinions, guys. You're not going to be like, oh, tell this person, like, you have to, like, smack out that they have to agree with you. They have to agree with you. They have to agree with you. Like, you keep talking about the certain things so you can convince them to agree with you. Like, not everybody's right. Not everybody's wrong. But, agreeing in a relationship, like compromising, I think is really important. But trying to make the person feel like one individual feel right and the other person make them feel like wrong, it's kind of messed up. So I definitely agree with this. You don't have to agree with everything in a relationship because no relationship is at 100%. Everybody hits obstacles and that's okay. There's no point on stretching things out. Sometimes compromising and understanding still won't make things work out. That's true. Let me think this out. There's no point on stretching things out. Sometimes compromises and understanding still. That's true. If you stretch things out and you try to compromise and understand and everything, but things are still not working out, at the end of the day, like, if things are being said and things that you keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, you shouldn't have to fight for love. So I definitely agree with this. Like, if you have to fight for someone to compromise with you and understand you, that's just a hassle. Like, the person should have understood you from the get-go, So if they don't understand you, it's kind of messed up. But let go of that relationship because it's not worth stretching it out and fighting for. If that person wants to just keep tugging at something, then it's not worth it. Okay. Don't waste each other's time. Be honest if you're not vibing so each of you can move on. I definitely 100% agree with this. Do not stretch out a relationship. Let me tell you guys. I've seen some of my friends do this. They've stretched out a relationship so long and then they weren't vibing with that person anymore and they waited too long to move on, and then it's like, what's the point of that? Like, why stretch out the relationship to like a year and a half when you haven't been feeling like the vibe like at 6 months? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. I feel like that's really messed up. That's like dragging things out. That's playing with somebody's emotions on either or end on each other's ends. Just be honest. Just tell them straight up, like, you're not happy, you just want to be single, this, that, and third. That's it. Point blank. Okay. Friends with benefits are a type of relationship. Okay, so I've never been in a friends with benefits relationship, and I don't think I ever want to be. I don't know what what to say about this because I've never experienced something. So friends with benefits are a type of relationship. Well, friendships are technically a relationship. If you have a relationship with that person, it's a friendship. But like if you have like a sexual thing going on, there is a relationship there. It's just a sexual relationship. There's no emotions attached, there's no physical, the only physical part to it is like the sexual part, and there's no connection, then I don't know. This one's tricky because like it is a relationship, like a sexual relationship, but not like a boyfriend girlfriend. So I guess you consider it a sexual relationship. So there's that. A relationship should be between two people. I 100% agree with this. When you get too many people involved in your business or in your relationship and you post it all over social media and you like tell everybody in the world about everything that goes on in your relationship, you're going to look like a dumbass. Because if you tell, honestly guys, keep your relationships between the two people that are in the relationship. Don't make it you, me, and the world. Because that shit will bite you in the ass. When you get other people involved in your relationship, people have their opinions, people are going to judge, and this, that, and third. And then you're going to get, have a hissy fit when people make their opinions and judge your relationship. When you open up about your relationship like that, you're expected to get a result out of it. So, yes, I agree that relationships should be between two people. Alright, next one. These are pretty deep. Relationships should be private. Don't put your business out on social media. I 100% agree with this because once you put your business out, like, this person took my kid away from me, or I'm getting beat, those type of things, like, keep that shit off social media because people are quick to judge you. People are quick to give you the negative comments. People are quick to, social media has such a big platform. So when you put your whole relationship out on social media, like I put pictures out of me and my boyfriend. Yes, I enjoy putting, showing my boyfriend off on my social media. But there is not one status on my Facebook that shows, of us fighting or anything like that. Because if anything, we tag each other in memes all day. We don't put our business out on social media. Like, unless it's like our anniversary or something, we write each other a post. But not even that. Like, we kind of stopped doing that after like 3 years. Because, like, we're almost already into 5 years. But, like, once you put all your business out on social media, you got the whole world involved now, guys. So keep your relationship between you and that person and not social media. Social media doesn't have to justify your relationship, or other people have to justify your relationship. The only two people that need to justify your relationship is you and that person. That's it. Next. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this unpopular opinion video. I really tried to pull through with this video. I am not feeling good, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.